Alright, what's up YouTube? Rams Country. I'm Alexander24, bringing you a special video day on the free agency videos. Just 3 days away. Now, what I'm going to be talking about in this video is who should we pursue, who should we not pursue. Top needs is a big one. Re-signing and cutting players. Now, before any videos, you guys know I love bringing you guys updates from before the last video was made. And this first thing, I did my homework. I have a lot of names down. I'm obviously not going to say all of them now. It's been 2 days that I've done this, and a lot has changed. But first big name that I want to talk about is first update. I'm gonna go cry. It's Joe Barksdale. I was upset when I heard this. Les Snead even said this. We're gonna let Joe Barksdale test free agency, and why when I heard that, I was just, we're not gonna get him back. Why? Because he's gonna get paid. He's not gonna get paid like DeMarco Murray, of course, but he's gonna get his millions, and I don't know if we're gonna be able to match any of those, or we're gonna want to spend money on Joe Barksdale. And I was upset. My opinion, he was my favorite player on that offensive line. Excuse me. I really like Joe Barksdale. He did his job. He just did his job. He did him, and he held that right side down. And now without him, we're gonna have to work on that whole right side by itself. That whole right side, and it's frustrating. This is the depth chart. I got this from the Rams depth chart, and it seemed kind of weird. We have Greg Robinson at the left tackle, Roger Saffold at left guard. Center is Scott Wells still. Might not even be Tim Barnes because we haven't even offered him anything. We already said he's going to go through free agency, and so Barrett Jones would be in right guard, and then right tackle not going to be Joe Barksdale. It's going to be Brandon Washington. It's a little weird on that left side. I thought Greg Robinson was on the right side. It's weird, but I'm just going by the depth chart. I'm just going by that. Also, many might not know what a tender offer is, so I had to look for it. Obviously, it can only be given to restricted free agents. So a tender offer is, if say another team offers him something, we can match that offer or offer him more. But there's another thing to it. So we offered Ronnie McLeod a $2.5 million tender offer with a second round value. That's a second round value with that kind of money. Example, Cowboys offer him $3 million. We don't want to match that. Cowboys get him, we get their second round pick. You get me? Now, Austin Davis and Corey Harker got a 1.5 tender offer with the low end value of a draft pick. I didn't announce what kind of value it is. It might be like a 6th, 7th, around there. It's a low value. So that's that. So Sean Hill is interested in the Vikings now. Boo. Let's get ready to this free agency. Our top need is quarterback, offensive line now, big offensive line, and I say defensive back and outside linebacker. But I'm not saying we should target that now. That was 2 days ago when I said that. It's changed. A lot has changed now that Joe Barksdale is now possibly going to test free agency. But here are some QB names that I want to start off with: Mark Sanchez, Brian Hoyer, Jake Locker, Ryan Mallett. Those are just the top 4 names that I just put. There is Tavares Jackson, Matt Moore, Colt McCoy, Christian Ponder, Sean Hill, boo, and Blaine Gabbert. Oh, I don't know why I'm saying boo. I like Sean Hill still. But those last, 6 names? 5 names, just counting Sean Hill, bums. Those are bums. This whole QB market in the free agency, this whole QB market are just bums. Why would I honestly don't want to spend any money on these bums. I don't. Besides Ryan Mallett. That's the only one I'd accept is Ryan Mallett. Maybe Jake Locker. Maybe. But I don't want to see us sign any of these quarterbacks. Honestly, I don't want to. Not one of them. A lot of people have changed my mind now that I'd rather just pay Sam that 12 and we get that. So that's that. QBs. I'm waiting for draft day. You know who I want for draft day? I want Brett Hundley. That's my opinion. I want Brett Hundley, but that's my hope. But from that to reality, I want offensive lineman right now, and top playoff offensive lineman that I want is Orlando Franklin. But I just don't think we're gonna get him. I think he's gonna stay with Denver now that Peyton Manning got that pay cut. The first thing they're going to want to do is protect Peyton Manning, obviously, and that's Orlando Franklin, a right guard. But I would really want us to pursue Orlando. He was a tackle at first, right tackle, didn't work out, moved to right guard. He did really good on the guard, and that's what we need. Well, we need a right guard and a right tackle now, but we'll take whatever he can do. but it's not gonna come cheap. Getting Orlando Franklin. Another one is Stephen Wisniewski. I don't know if I said his name right, but very young player, very good center. I know that offensive line for the Raiders did very good last year for Derek Carr. He protected him. Also another player that's not gonna come very cheap. But you got to pay players to be good. You have to pay to be good. What you offer them, if like I've said this from my uncles told me this, what you pay is what you get. So I really want Stephen Wisniewski. Another player is Mike Lupati. At first I wanted Mike, but after I saw the depth chart, he's a left guard, listed as a left guard. I don't know if I want him. It's just I don't know. There's something about Mike Lupati that I just don't want. My buddy said, yeah, he could still play right guard, and if we get him, I'd be happy. But I have stars. I have stars on these names, and I don't have one against Mike Lupati. I just don't know. I wouldn't want Mike Lupati. I'd rather have Orlando Franklin or Stephen Wisniewski if we cut Scott Wells. I'll get to that in a little bit. One that just happened this week is Chris Myers got cut by the Houston Texans. A little bit older guy. He's a little old, little veteran, but I like him. If we cut Scott Wells, get that $3.75 million back, I'd really like to pursue him. Also with Will Montgomery, came from the Washington Redskins. I really want Will Montgomery. If we don't get none of these, if we don't get Stephen or if we don't get Chris, I like Will Montgomery. 31 years old. He's a vet, big guy, very big guy. He can hold it down. I'd like to get him because I like to. I'm a big mentor guy. I want to bring in veterans to mentor these young players like Tim Barnes if we keep him, or Barrett Jones. That's why I would want Will Montgomery coming in. Also, another one is Dan Conley. I don't know if I said his name right, from the Patriots. He plays guard and center. He played center when Logan Mankins went out a couple years ago. So now he's good at that, good at guard. I would like him to use him for both center and guard, so we can use him from whatever needs from whatever we need. Can't even get that off. We can get him for around $2 to $3 million a year. Now I like that because he got, I think, a 3-year deal for $9 million, a little bit over $9 million from the Patriots a couple years ago. I think he's a little bit older now. I think 31, also around there. We can get him for that much. His age is already an issue. I think we can get him for around $2 to $3 million. Will Montgomery, I just forgot. We can get him. I think we can get him for a year. 1 year deal, a little bit over 1 year deal, $1 million deal. So that'd be a good one. Either one of those guys would be I'd be happy with those guys. Obviously, Ronnie Hudson, he's gonna get paid. I don't know if we might get him. That might be a big deal. And Brian Bulaga, if we do need that left side, I like Brian Bulaga. No, right side. My bad. Right side. Wait, right side. Well, he's a tackle. I just don't know if I want Brian Bulaga. Injury prone. He gets injured every year. It's like having another Roger Saffold or Jake Long. I just don't know if I'd like him. But those are offensive linemen that I really want to target. Again, Orlando Franklin, Stephen Wisniewski, Chris Miles, Will Montgomery, and Dan Conley. One of those 5 guys I really want us to pursue. I really want to take a lot of time on that offensive line. I've took a lot of time on that. I know there's a lot more, but I looked at budget because we only have $7.3 million as of right now. Now, also, I pointed out defensive back and offensive outside linebackers. Well, the only cornerback I like to go after is Antonio Cromartie. Now, why I just said I like mentors. We need some veterans on that secondary. We don't have one veteran on that secondary. Besides, the oldest one is probably Janoris and Tremaine, because they came in the same year. But we don't have any veterans on that secondary. We have TJ, we have Mark, we have Ronnie, we have Janoris, EJ, Tremaine. We need a veteran to teach them. I'd even be happy if we brought Cortland Finnegan back. But then you get down to these Devin McCourty, Louis Delmas, Nate Allen. I don't know if we should need them. We have a lot of deep safeties. We have Ronnie, we have Maurice, we have LaMarcus, we have Mark, we have TJ. We have a lot of safeties. So I don't know if I'd like this to go after a safety. But 3 names outside linebacker is Brian Orakpo. I really like Brian Orakpo. He's not gonna come cheap, but he's gonna provide. I know he's a little injury prone, but we can still let go of Joe Long and get that $1.5 million around there. I forgot what his contract was. We can get that $1 million back. We can even get Brian. Now, one name that stood out to me, and I really, really want. I'd be so happy. Pernell McPhee came from the Ravens. He got 7.5 sacks last year. Very young. He can hold down that outside linebacker You already see me getting happy for on that site for Jolon. I'd love it so. I'd love if we get Pernell McPhee. I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but I love. If not, Akeem Ayers would be a nice one to get. A young player, came out of UCLA, of course. I'd really like us to get him. But man, it's getting crazy. Players that are obviously might be free agents from the Rams. Joe Barksdale, Kenny Britt. We gotta hurry up. We can sign Kenny Britt. I'm concerned. Alex Carrington, Will Herring, Sean Hill, of course. Joseph, fuck Joseph Damon. Lance Kendricks, I hope we keep him. Mike Pearson and Jake Long. I put Kyle Long. I get confused from all three of them. Now, names that I really think we got to cut to get some money back. Jake Long, his $8 million. We got to get that $8 million back. Turn that 7.3 into $15 million at least. Scott Wells, 3.75 million. 3.7 million. To be exact, 3.7 million. Gotta get that money back, man. Isaiah P, a little bit under $1 million, a little bit like 9, a little bit under $1 million. I really want to get that money back. And also Chris Givens, 1.5 million for 11 catches. We gotta cut that boy, man. We gotta cut him. From just these 3 cuts, just from these Chris Givens, Jake Long, and Wells, we get what, near 20 million just from that. Maybe sign one of these good offensive linemen. We gotta make some moves. It's only 3 days away. We might hear something today, Saturday. We might hear something tomorrow, Monday. But we gotta get some more money back before this free agent hits, because these guys are gonna be gone in the first couple of days. But those are some names I really want to pursue. Like I said, I focus more on offensive line than I did on QBs in this free agency, and defensive backs and outside linebackers. My biggest thing is this offensive line, because this offensive line looks hideous. Left side looks nice. Because I'm going by the depth chart, guys. Remember that. Some guy already told me something. I told him, I'm going by the depth chart. Okay, I don't work for the Rams. Greg Robinson, Roger Saffold, and those are 2 good guys. That'd be pretty nice to see both of them on that side. But that right side we got to work on. We have Barrett Jones and Joe Barks. I'm gonna cry, and Brandon Washington. But that's all the time I have for today. Sorry for making this video a little bit long. It's already going to be 12 minutes. I didn't want to make it that long, but it's a little hard. You want to bring out all your information that you have. I didn't work for this for nothing. But thanks for watching, guys. It's been a pleasure making videos for you guys. Like I've said, I love making these videos. I want to be a sports analyst when obviously I'm already 19 years old. I'm not old, but I say when I'm older. But this is my path. I'm just making. This is a start. Making videos, being pretty much a blog. This is a start. So thanks for watching. Thanks for staying tuned. That's what I want to say. I know I don't get the most of views, but for the people that do view, thanks a lot. If you don't view, then hope you start viewing. I shouldn't even be saying anything because you guys don't view in the first place. This is a little joke, but thanks a lot. Hope you guys have a good weekend. I have to work later on tonight, night shift, and I work tomorrow because of school. I go to school all through the week. Making this video damn long already. So, give me your opinions. Who should we target? What do you guys think about the offensive lineman? Who should we target? A lot of people have a lot of opinions I've seen on Twitter. And hit me up on Twitter. I'm always on Twitter for talking about the Rams. I like getting into conversations. Have a good day, guys. Rams up. Ready for Tuesday.